Hello everyone, welcome to the Mercury Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I am going to continue with the same module, that is a procedural programming module. In the last class we have discussed about chapter number 18, that is graphics under Windows, that is how to use graphics under Windows. Now I am going to continue with the same chapter, that is graphics under Windows. We have covered the topic in the last class, that is how to draw the shapes in the Windows, that is how to draw the shapes using graphics in the Windows. Now today I'm going to continue with the same chapter, and the topic is types of pens that is available in the Windows. But before this, as same routine, let's take a quick review what we have covered in the last class. So let's start with the previous session, that is the last class session. In the last class we have started with drawing the shapes, that is how to draw the shapes, that is the drawing shapes topic. This says everything is same, but the different part is that onPaint function. That is the onPaint function is different, but otherwise each and every step of the program is same. That is only the change is the onPaint function. Right. Rest of the program is same as in previous section. What is the previous section? This is the previous section. The whole program is same, but only the difference is that only the onPaint function is different. This is a program, this is the function of the onPaint. First of all, there is a void, that is a return type. Then there is a onPaint function. This is an argument. What is the argument? What is the parameter? That is HWNT. Then there are various variables that are defined, that is HDC, paint struct, HBrush, DIOBJ, point PT5. So these are the various arguments. These are the various array variable that is available in this one, like 250, 150, 250, 300, 300, 350, 400, 300, 320, 190. So these are the various values that is available in the pointer variable, that is 5. So these are the variables that are declared, and this is the again the function, that is a begin paint function. The output of begin paint is stored in the HDC, as well as there is a next function, that is a create solid brush, that is also used, and the output is stored in the HBR. In the same way, hold BR. In the same way, select object, and then next is move to X, that is available for drawing the shapes. Then line to function is used for also for drawing the shapes. Then there is a rectangle, there is a round rect, ellipse, pi. So these are the various shapes that is available. This rectangle is used to draw the rectangle. This round rect, ellipse, pi, polygon. So these are the various shapes that is available, and these are the various dimensions, various argument that is available over here. HDC is a variable that stores the output of the begin paint. That has two variable, that has two arguments. One is HWND and the PS. PS is also an address variable. Then there is a round rectangle, there is a ellipse, there is a pi, there is a polygon. So these are the few shapes that is available, and there are various dimensions that is available over here. Then select object, delete object. So these are the two functions that is also available, that contains various arguments. Then at last the painting is done, that is the drawing of shapes is done by using the endPaint function or endPaint function that is available. So endPaint is the last part for drawing the shapes, for drawing the paints, that is the endPaint. So after execution of this program, that is whenever we execute this program, the output is like this one. This is a rectangle, first one, and then second one is a rounded rectangle. Then there is a ellipse, this is a pi, and this is a polygon. So these are the 5 shapes that is available, or that is drawn using the function, that is the onPaint function. Then we have studied about detailed explanation, that is what is the use of polygon, rectangle, rounded rectangle. And this is says for drawing any shapes we need a pen to draw its boundary. That means whenever we need to draw any shape, so we need a boundary, we need a pen to draw any boundary. and also a brush to paint the area enclosed by it. That means for boundary we need a pen, and for coloring we need a brush to paint the area. The DC contains a default pen and brush. DC means the device context also contains a default pen and brush that is available in the Windows. The default pen is a solid pen of black color. So one is the black color pen that is available, and the default brush is white in color. So for coloring it is a white in color by default, but we can choose any color, and for boundary it is black in color. In this program we have used the default pen and a blue colored solid brush for drawing the shapes. Then we have also discussed that DC also uses, that is a device context also uses the begin paint function, and also uses the create solid brush API function. So these are the two functions that is also used in the program. This is a create solid brush, and this is a begin paint function. And this is also the explanation of the program, that is how to use the default brush that is collected in the whole BR variable. Then once we have selected the brush into the DC, we are ready to draw the shapes. That is, once we have selected what is the type of the brush that is available in the DC, then it is ready to draw the shapes in this. Then next function that is used is the move to X and the line to function for drawing the lines. And in the next part, for drawing any rectangle, we have used the rectangle function. Then next paragraph says the round rect function draws a rectangle with rounded corner. So this is only a rectangle part, that is a rectangle shape that is used by using the rectangle function. The next function that is used is the round rectangle. For the rounded rectangle that is covered, that also draws a rectangle with rounded corners. So there are rounded corner that is available, so that draws a rectangle with the rounded corners. In round rect, x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. These are the various coordinates that is available for the upper left corner and the rightmost or the bottom right corner. Then we have also discussed that the parameters of ellipse also specifies the coordinate of the bounded rectangle of the ellipse. Then pi function also draws a pi-shaped wedge by drawing an elliptical arc whose center and two endpoints are joined by the lines. Then this is also saying that the center of the arc is the center of the bounded rectangle. Then this is the next shape, that is a polygon. Then LP points and the N counts are the variables or the argument that is used. This says each point in the polygon also points to the point structure. Then N count also specifies the number of vertices that is stored in the array. And then we also discussed that the object is deleted by using the delete object function. So this is a function that is used for deleting an object, that is done by the delete object function. Now today I'm going to start with the topic, that is the types of pens, that is what are the types of pens that is available in drawing the shapes. So whenever we have to draw any shape, so what are the types of pens that is available over here. So this is in the previous program we have used the default solid black pen of thickness, that is we have used the solid black pen that is available of thickness of 1 pixel, that is the thickness of the pen that is used for drawing the boundaries is of 1 pixel. What is a pixel? It is the smallest part, tiny elements of the graphics. The next point says we can create pens of different styles. So till now we have discussed that a pen is of thickness of the 1 pixel, that is a pen that we have used is of only 1 pixel, but we can customize the thickness of the pen as per my requirement, as per the user requirement. So we can create pens of different styles, colors and thickness to do our drawing. The following on-paint handler shows how this can be achieved. That is also, or this on-paint function uses or it is used to show how the types of pens are available, how we can handle the types of pens in this. Else everything is same, but only the change is the onPaint function. So this is void onPaint. There are argument that is for HWND, HWND. This is only the argument that is used almost in each and every program. Then onPaint is the function. Then these are the various variables like HDC, HDC, paint struct, PS. Then HPen, HPen, SG, DIOBJ, and then hold pen. So these are the various variable that is used in this one. Then next is your HDC. That is a variable that also stores the output of the begin paint function. So begin paint is the function that gives some output, and the output is stored in the HDC. And begin paint function has two arguments. One is HWND and the %PS. Then this is the variable that is used of the HDC. Then HPen is also a variable that is used to store the output of the create pen. So create pen is also a function that has these arguments like PS-1 RGB that has three colors, that is 25500, and the output of this, that is a create pen, is stored in the HPen. So whatever the output that is given by the create pen is stored in the HPen variable. Then the next variable is hold pen, that also carries the result of the select object function. So select object is also a function that is used to store the results, that is used to store the output that is stored in the hold pen. Then there is a HDC, HPen. So these are the two arguments that is used, that contains the output of these functions. That is begin paint output is stored in HDC, create pen output is stored in HPen, and both are the used as the arguments of the select object. This is just the same of the drawing the shapes. The only difference is that the variable name is changed and the function name is changed. Else almost everything is same. Then again use the same function, that is move to X, then line to function. These are the arguments in this. So this is a function name, these are the arguments, and this is the return type, that is a void. Then the next function that is used is select object, delete object, then HPen, hold pen. These are also the variables that is used to store the output of the function, and this is the function that is of create pen and select object. So this is also a create pen. This is for creating a dash. This is for creating a dot. The same function is name. Function name is used, but the arguments are different. This is used for the dash, and this is used for the dot. This is the HPen. This is the HPen. Then there is a hold pen. This is the variable. Select object. Then there is a HDC, HPen. The same variables are used. But see, HPen is different in this case, but HDC is same in every case, that is used to store the output of the begin paint. Then the next part is move to X, the same function that is used in the above part, but the variables or the arguments are changed. In this there is a HDC 1016 null, this is HDC 1010 null. Then there is a line to function that is also stores the output, that is HDC 510. This is HDC 560. Then this is the select object. The same function name is used. These are the arguments. Delete object. This is the argument. Then this is used for creating a dash dot. So one is used for creating a dash. One is used for creating a dot. This is next function is used for creating a dash dot. Then there is a hold pen. This is the next variable that is used to store the output of the select object, that has two arguments, one is HDC and one is HPen. So see, in this program almost everything is same, but for creating a different style, that is dot, dash, dash dot, we have used different variables or different argument, but the function name is same. The function name is same as a create pen, and the output is also stored in the same variable, that is hpen. But the difference is that the arguments are different. The first one is used for the dash, then next one is used for the dot, and the last one is used, or this one is used for the dash dot. Then this function is almost same, but the dimension is different. In the previous one and the first one, it is used as a HTC 10 10 null. Second one HTC 10 60 null. That means a gap of 50. Then this is the line 2. This is the line 2. 510 560. This is 501. There is also a gap of 50. Then again the same function, that is a select object and the delete object. So this is used, that is used to select the object, and this function is used to delete the object. Now again uses means this function has most important, or is of most important, or is of advantageous. Why? Because once we have created one dash, one dot, one dash dot, then by using this function, this dash dot has been removed. Then again uses the hpen. Why again uses the same variable? Because it is deleted over here. So it's no harm to use the same variable again and again once it is deleted. Then there is a create pen, the same function name. Now this is the time for creating a dash dot dot. This is a dash dot, this is a dash dot dot. This is the one, this is the RGB. Then again the same variable is used, that is a hold pen, that is used to select the object, and two variables are used, arguments are used. One is HTC, one is hpen. Yes? Yeah, sure. Olesam, tell me. Okay. Yes. Yeah. These are the various steps. This is the output for creating a pens. Yeah, this is the output. This is a dash, this is a dot, this is a dash dot, this is a dash dot dot, this is a thickness line. So, okay. Next part is this is a dash dot dot. This is the same argument, RGB 25500. That is red is 255, otherwise green and the blue is 00. That means the whole part is of red color. Then there is a hold pen. This is a select object HTC hpen. Then move to X. This is move to X HTC 10 160 null. This is the dimension. This is the margin of the 50 pixels. That is, it is moved to the next part. It is moved to the next line after the 50 pixel. That is, there is a gap of the 50 pixel among different lines. Right. So this is move to X HTC 10 160 null. These are the arguments. The difference is that only this 110 is converted into 160 for simply for using the gap between different lines, gap of the 50 pixels. Then this is line 2, that is line 2 is used for drawing a line HDC 500 160. This is also a gap of the 50 pixels. Then again uses the same function, that is a select object, and the same arguments. One is the HDC, one is the hold pen. Then again uses the same function, that is a delete object, for deleting the object, that is a hpen, so that we can use the variable again and again in the next step. In the next step it is hpen. Then there is a create pen, again uses the same function. One is the argument that is used, that is a PS solid. Then there is a 10. This is not 10, this is 1. This is by mistakenly used 10. No, this is 10 because it is of large thickness. Yeah, it is of thickness. So this is 10. This is RGB. Now again uses the same variable, that is a hold pen. This is equals to the select object. Then again the same arguments are used. One is HDC, one is hpen. Then again uses the same function name, that is move to X, for moving into the next line, that is HTC 10 to 10 null. Yes. Yeah. Hpen is only a variable for using or for gathering or for collecting the output of the create pen. That is, create pen is a function. As I told you, every function returns some output, right? So whenever this function returns a output, that is stored in the hpen. So hpen is nothing but a variable to store the output of the function. Yeah, it is a function and these are the arguments of the function, and this is the variable that returns some value. Hmm. In the same, pardon? Yeah, these are the variable that we have declared in the beginning. This is the variable, this is the variable, this is the variable. Hmm. Yeah, all are variables. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is used for the solid color, for solid line, not color, solid line. This is the thickness of the line. This is the color RGB. Then this is the hold pen. That is also a variable that stores the output of this one, output of select object. These are the arguments. One is HDC, one is H pen. This is move to X for moving to the line. That is for creating the line. That is done by the move to X. Then line to function is used for drawing the lines. That also contains arguments like HDC. So HDC right now contains what is the content of the HDC? This is the content of the HDC. This is by beginning the paint, that is begin the line. So HDC is same in each and every case, but this H pen is changed in each and every case. For drawing a dash, this H pen is used different. For drawing a solid, it is used as a different. For drawing a shape, for drawing a dot, for drawing a dash dot, it is different in each and every case. So this is used. Then select object. For selecting the object, two variables are used, two arguments are used. One is HDC and one is hold pen. So two variables or two arguments are used in this. One is HDC, that is for beginning the painting, and then hold pen, that is used to select the object, right? Then use the next variable, use the next function, that is a line to function, sorry, delete object function, that is used to delete the object that is stored in the H pen. So every time we have to select the object by using the select object function, and every time we have to delete the object by using the delete object function. And one argument is used, either H pen or the HDC hold pen. Then at last there is a last function. This is the last function that is used in each and every case. That is the end paint. That means painting is ending up. That is the ending of the painting. And these are the two variable that is stored. That is HWND and the ampersand PS. This says on execution of this program, the window shown in this one appears. So this is a dash, this is the dot, this is the dash dot, there is a dash, there is a dot, and this is the dash dot dot, there is a dash, and there are two dots. This is used for the solid. This is a solid line of 10 thickness, that is it is of 10 thickness, 10 pixel thickness. 10 thickness means 10 pixel. That means 10 dots of the thickness, right? So let's see this program. You see in this program everything is same, but the different part is that we have changed the dimensions like 110, 60, and there are different, the function name is same, that is a create pen, but the variety is different, that is a dash, dash dot, dot dot. Means we can use any style available in this one, and this function is almost every same in every case. Delete object is used for deleting the object. So this is the output of this program. This says a new pen can be created using the create pen API function. That is, a new pen, whenever I want to create a new pen, that can be created by using the create pen API function. What is the API function? That is the application programming interface function. Then this says this function needs three parameters: pen style, pen thickness, and the pen color. So there are three parameters. One is pen style, what is the style of the pen, what is the thickness of the pen, one is what is the pen color, like this one. This is the main function. This is the pen style, this is the pen thickness, and this is the pen color. Thickness means if I want a solid line, that is, this is the thickness. As I told you, in this there is a one thickness, that means it is available in only single line. That is a one thickness, 1 pixel thickness. Different macros like ps solid, ps.etc have been defined in windows.h. So this is the header file that is also used in this. Different macros are used like ps solid, ps dot. So these are the macros that is predefined, that if I want to use the dot, then there is a macro that is used is the ps underscore dot. If I want to use the dash, so this is the macro that is used is ps dash ps underscore dash. So whatever I need to define a macro for it. Note that for pen styles other than the ps solid, the pen thicknesses have to be 1 pixel. As I told you, for each and every style the thickness is only 1 pixel, but for using the ps solid, that means this is the solid line, so the thickness is 10 pixel. So this says, note that for the pen styles other than the ps solid, like ps dot, ps dash, ps dash dot, in everything, and in every case the pen style is the pen thickness has to be only 1 pixel. Now next part is types of brushes. That is, what are the types of brushes that is available in this one. That is the types of brushes. So till now we have covered the topic, that is what are the types of pens that is available. So in the last class we have covered the shapes. For drawing any shapes we need a pen and a brush. That means for drawing a boundary we need a pen. For coloring purpose we need a brush. So we have covered one topic, that is what are the types of pens that is available in this. What is a macro that is using, like ps solid, ps dash, ps dot, underscore dot. Now the next category is, next part is, what are the types of brushes for coloring the shapes. So this says the way we create different types of pens, we can also create 3 different types of brushes. That is, this is line, this is most important line. This says the method or the way that we are used, or that we can use for creating different types of pens, like ps solid, ps dash, ps dash dot, ps dot. So these are the different categories, different types of pens. We can also use, or we can also create 3 different types of brushes. These are solid brush, hash brush, pattern brush. So these are the various, there are various brushes that is available. One is solid brush, one is the hash brush, and one is the pattern brush. So let us now write a program that shows how to build these brushes, that is how to use these brushes and how to use them to fill the rectangle. So there is a rectangle that is available over here, like this one. This is the rectangle. These are the various shapes, these are the boundaries. So these boundaries are filled by the pens. This is the boundary. This is filled by the pen, and inside this, that is the coloring that is done by the brushes. So we have covered the topic, that is the pens, and now we are covering the topic basically, that is the coloring that is done by the brushes. So what are the types of brushes? Like a solid brush, H brush, and the pattern brush. What are the types of pens? That is a solid, dash, dot, dash dot, dash dot dot. There are 5 types of pens that is available, like this one. These are 5 types: dash, dot, dash dot, dash dot dot, solid. And so let us now write a program that shows how to build these brushes, or how to use these brushes and how to use them to fill the rectangle. So here is the onPaint function handler which achieves this. That is the same, the onPaint function that is used to store, or that is used to show the different brushes. So one is void onPaint. There are arguments, or there is an argument that is the HWND and the HWND. There are various variables that is available in this. The same variable, one is HDC, one is paint struct, PS, HBrush, HBR, SGDIOBJ, hold BR, HBitmap, HBMP. So these are the various arguments that is, or these are the various variables that is used in this program, in this function. There is a onPaint function. This is the variable, that is the HDC. There is a paint struct, then HBrush, HBR, hold BR, HBMP. That is the HBitmap. Then there is a HDC, that is a variable that is used. There is a begin paint, that is begin the paint. Then HWND ampersand PS. So this is HWND and the ampersand PS is used. So it is beginning the painting. Then there is a create solid brush, that is also a function that is in the pen case we have used the function that is a create pen. In this we have used the function that is a create brush along with the type of the brush. So the first function is create the solid brush. There is why we are using the different name of the brush, and why we are not use the name of the pen as a different. Why we have used the same name of the pen, like create pen, create pen. The main difference is that in case of create pen, these arguments are different, like dash dot, dash dot dot, solid. And in this create pen, there are different argument that is used. But in case of brushes, there are no argument that is given inside the this brush, inside the function that is a create brush. So there is only a similar function, the same argument that is used in this, like RGB. So we have to define different functions for different brushes. That is, for solid brush we have defined the function that is a create solid brush. Then this is the argument that is used, that is a RGB 25500, and the output of this one, that is a create solid brush, and the output is stored in the HBR, right? Then the next part is select object, that is the next function that is available. So this is the next function that is available over here. There are two arguments in this, one is HDC and one is HBR, and the output of this function is stored in the hold BR. So hold BR is also a function. This is hold BR is a variable that is used to store the output of the function that is a select object, and HBR is also a variable, and HDC is also a variable, like this one. HBR is used for the HBrush type def, and HDC is used as an argument for the device context, that is the HDC. Now there is a rectangle that is use the use the shape for drawing the or for using the brush, that is a solid brush is used for filling the rectangle, that is a rectangle, and these are the various arguments like HDC 5510500. So these are the various argument that is used in this, that is HDC is the argument 5510500. Then there is a function that is used is the select object, that is HDC and the hold BR. Then again the next function is delete object, and what is the argument in this, that is the HBR. This is the argument that is used in this one. Now the next function that is used is the HBR, the same variable. That means the HBR role is finished by or deleted by using the delete object function. So this is the delete object function that is used to delete the object, delete the variable that stores the output of one function. So it deletes the object, that is the HBR object. So again uses the same object, that is the HBR variable, for storing the output of the next function. So every time it is deleted and every time it is used for storing the output of the next variable. So again it is used in the next line, it is HBR equals to create hatch brush. Now it is a case of the hatch brush. First is the case of the solid brush. This is the case of the hatch brush. And in this the arguments are used as a different. This is HS cross RGB 25500. One is the HS cross, one is the coloring, that is the RGB 25500. Then again hold BR is used for storing the output of the select object that has two variables, two arguments, one is HDC, one is HBR. So this HDC is same, again the same, that is used for the begin paint, and the HBR is different in each and every case. That is a hold brush. This hold BR is used as a variable to store the output of this function. Now again uses the same shape, that is a rectangle that has different arguments. One is HDC 125, 5 to 2500. So these are the various arguments, these are the various parameters that is used in this one. HDC 125, 5 to 2500. Then these are again the two functions that is used, that is the select object and the delete object. Again deleting the object, that is the HBR is deleted, so that we can use it again for the next function output. That is the next function, that is a load bitmap. So one is the function that is a solid brush, one is the function that is a hatch brush, one is the function that is a load bitmap. And these are the various arguments that is available over here. One is the H instance, make enter source. Then this is the argument, that is IDB bitmap 1. So this is the new variable, or this is the new function, or this is the new line that is used, that is HBMP. This is of type HBitmap, HBMP, that stores the output of the load bitmap, and these are the various arguments that is used in this one. Then uses the next function, uses the HBR again for storing the output of the next function. What is the name of the next function? That is a create pattern brush. So one is the solid brush, one is the hash brush, one is the pattern brush. And what is the argument in this? Only the argument that is used is the HBMP. That is the output of this one load bitmap is used or is stored in the variable this one, and this variable is used as the argument for create pattern brush. So this is also a function that is used to store the output of HBMP. The next part is hold BR, that is used to get the output, or that is used to store the output of the variable of the function, that is a select object. So select object is the function that is used for selecting the object. One is the argument, that is the HDC, and the HBR. So these are the two variables that is used. One is the HDC and one is the HBR. And there is a select object, that is a function, that is a function name, and the output of this function is stored in the hold BR. Then the same rectangle is used for filling the shape, for filling the color with the brush, and there are various arguments. One is HDC, one is 250, 245. These are the various parameters: 245, 5, 345, 100. Then there is a select object. This is a select object. HDC, hold BR, delete object, HBR, delete object, HBMP. So these are the various variables that is stored in this one. One is select object, one is delete object, one is delete object. That means first of all select the object that is stored in the HDC and the hold BR. Then delete object for deleting the object, that is done by the HBR, and again delete the object, that is the HBMP. So two are used for deleting the object, that is the HBR and the HBMP. Then at last the next function is used, that is the end paint function for ending the painting, for ending the brushing, that is the end paint functions, and there are two arguments. One is HWND and the PS, the same argument. And at last delete object is used at the end in this case for deleting the HBR. This is also used over here. This is also used over here. Yes, tell me, Olison. For deleting the object, as I told you, HBR is used as a variable for carrying the result of the function, right? This is the HBR, this is the HBR. This is deleted HBR, this will be used. In this we have also used the hold BR. This delete object is used for the HBR, right? But what is the case of this HBR? What is the case of this HBR? So it's not mandatory to delete the object at the end. You can also delete the object over here. So you can also delete the object by using the delete object function and the variable, that is the HBR. So it is only used for deleting the variable, that is the HBR, nothing else. And there, yes. No. This is deleted after getting the function, after using the function. It is used over here. It is used over here. After using this one, after using this one, its role is finished. So if I use another variable, so it takes memory it takes space in the memory, right? So why we are wasting the space in the memory? If it is used, its work is finished. So why can't we use this again and again? So for using this again and again, for saving the memory, we use this function again. So for deleting or for using this function again and again, we have to delete the object each and every time. So in simple terms, for saving the memory, we use the same variable again and again by deleting, by deleting, by deleting, by using, by deleting, by using. Alright. So this is the ending of the curly brace. Now, after execution of this program, that is when we execute this program, this is the output that is shown over here. This is the first brush, that is This is the first one. What is the first one? That is a solid brush, there is a hatch brush, and there is a pattern brush. This is the solid, this is the hatch, this is the pattern brush. Right, so these are the various brush size. This is the explanation of this program. That is how we are using this program. So this says in the onPaint function handler we have drawn three rectangles. First using a solid brush, this is the solid brush. Second using a hash brush, this is the hash brush. Third using a pattern brush, this is the pattern brush. Creating and using a solid brush and the hash brush is simple. That is these are two brushes are simple, but we have to for creating a solid and the hash brush we have to use only or make a call to the create solid brush function and the create hash brush function respectively. That is only using these functions for creating the solid brush and the hash brush. For the hash brush we have used the style that is the H cross. This is the cross. There are several other styles that is defined in window.h that you can experiment with. That is, you can use any zigzag style, cross style, arrow style. You can use any style with the hatch brush. For creating a pattern brush, that is for creating this one, last one, we need to first create a bitmap pattern. That is, first of all create a bitmap. That's why we use, for creating a pattern brush, first of all we use bitmap. So first this is the above two are the simple, that is a solid brush and the pattern brush, and solid brush and the hash brush are the simple. But this is the tricky and this is the complicated. First of all we have to use the bitmap, then only we have to use the pattern brush. So this says we need to first create a bitmap. Instead of creating this pattern, we have used a ready-made bitmap file. You can use any bitmap file present on your disk. That is, we can use any predefined style that is available over here, right? Next point says bitmap menus, icons, cursor that a window program may use are its resources. That is, these are the various resources that is available in the Windows programming. This part I will discuss after the break. So first of all let's take a break and then discuss this theoretical topic only for 5 to 10 minutes, then moves to the practical approach. So first of all let's take a break, then moves to this theory part again. So let's take a break. Now let's start with the session. So come back from the break, starting with the session. So we have covered how many types of brushes are available, like a solid brush, pattern brush, and the hash brush. Now the next part is the theoretical part, that is how it is using or what is the usage of the program, that is continuation of the program. So it is saying bitmaps, menus, icons, cursors that a window program may use are its resources. That is, these are the various resources of a window program, like menus, bitmap, cursor, icon. And the resources are known as the resources of the Windows programming. When we compile such a program, we usually want these resources to become a part of the exe file. So for compilation purpose, when we compile the program, we generally want or we generally need these resources to create or to become a part of the exe file, that is a executable file. If so done, we do not have to ship these resources separately. That is, if these resources are already available, we do not there is no need to carry these resources again and again for creating a exe file. To be able to use our resources, that is a bitmap file in our case, it is not enough to just copy it in the project directory. That is, it is not just enough, or it is not just to copy a part of the project directory in the case of the bitmap, in case of the above program, in case of the solid brush, or in case of the bitmap file. So instead of this, we need to carry out these steps that is used to add a bitmap file to the project. This is the above program, or this is the above program that is used for creating a pattern. We use a bitmap. This is the example for creating a pattern brush. We use a bitmap. For using a bitmap, we have to follow the steps that is available or that is mentioned below to add a bitmap file. So what are the steps that is available? The first point says, from the insert menu option of VC++ 6.0, select the resource option. So first point says, go to the insert menu. So first of all, take the insert menu of VC++ and then select the resource option and choose the resource option. Then next point says, from the dialog that pop up, select the bitmap followed by the import button. So first of all, go to the insert option, and then from the pop-up dialog box that is available, select the bitmap that is followed by the import button. So uses the bitmap option followed by the bitmap button, followed by the import button. Then select the suitable .bmp file. So select the suitable .bmp file that is available over here, or that is available on this. That is, choose the selected BMP file that you need for the program. Then go to the file menu, that choose the or select the file menu and select the save option to save the generated resource script file. That is, go to the file menu, choose the save option to save the selected or generated resource script file, that is a script1, for example script1.rc. that is a resource file. So when we select on the save, one more file known as resource.h also gets created. So these are the steps for creating the pattern brush for using the bitmap. Then last point says, add the script1.rc. So uses the or add the script1.rc to the project using the project, that is, go to the project, then add to project, then file option. So these are the various steps that is available for using the project. That is done by the files option. While using the bitmap in the program, it is always referred using an ID. So whenever we use the bitmap in the program, it is always carried out, it is always used with the, or it is always referred with an ID. There is a unique ID that is defined in the file, that is the resource.h. So resource.h is a header file that also contains the ID. Somewhere information has to be retrieved, has to be stored, linking the ID with the actual .bmp file on the disk. That is, it is stored with the actual BMP file on the disk. This is done in the script1.rc file. That is defined in the script1.rc, that is used for drawing the .bmp file. We need to include the resource.h file in the program. That is, we have to store or we have to use the resource.h in the file. Next point says, to create the pattern brush, we first need to load the bitmap in the memory. As I told you, for creating a pattern brush, first of all we have to use the bitmap we have to load the bitmap in the memory. That is done by using the load bitmap function. And so this is the API function that is used to load the bitmap in the memory. That is a load bitmap function, API function. The first parameter that is passed to this function is the handle to the instance of the program. So this is the first parameter that is passed to this function, is the handle of the instance, or is the handle to the instance of the program that is available with the load BMP or load bitmap function. Next one says, when init instance function is called from the winmain function. So whenever init function is used with the winmain function, window main function, it stores the instance handle in a global variable, that is a h instance. So whenever there is a need for the load bitmap, so there is a next function that is available, that is the init instance, that is used for initializing the initialization purpose, initializing the instance, that is also called from the winmain. It stores the instance handler in a variable that is known as the h instance. So this is the variable that is used to store the that is used to handle the variable, that is used to store the variable, that is the h instance. Then we have passed Next point says we have passed this H instance into the load bitmap function. So this is the steps, or these are the steps that is available. First of all, the loading the bitmap is done by the load bitmap function. The first parameter that is passed to this function is the handle of the instance. That is, first of all, we have to use the init instance function that is available from the window main, and that is available in a global variable that is a H instance. The second parameter that is passed to it is a string representation, or a string representing the bitmap. The second parameter that is passed to this is a string that is representing with the bitmap. This string is created from the resource ID using the make int source macro. So these are the various steps for creating this load bitmap, like this one. This is the, first of all, there is a variable, there is an argument that is the H instance, that is used for initializing the instance. Then there is a next one that is a make int source, and there is a IDB bitmap 1. These are the arguments, these are the parameters that is used for loading the bitmap. So this is when init instance function is called from the win main, it calls this one. The second parameter that is used is the make int source macro. The load bitmap function returns the handle to the bitmap. This handle is then passed to the create pattern brush function. So first of all, this load bitmap is used for loading the bitmap. Then this load bitmap function is used for creating the pattern brush. How it is used? Because the output of this is stored in the HBMP, and this is used as an argument with the function that is a create pattern brush. This brush is then selected into the DC, and then a rectangle is drawn using it. So these are the various steps how this pattern brush is used for drawing the rectangle, for drawing the images. Right. Note that if the size of the bitmap is bigger than the rectangle being drawn, then the bitmap is suitably clipped. That is, if the size of the bitmap that is used is the more, or it is larger than the what is the size of the rectangle, then it is suitably clipped. Clipped means it is cut it into the different parts. On the other hand, if the bitmap is smaller, then it is suitably replicated. Replicated means taking a duplicate copy of the bitmap. So if it is bigger, it is clipped, that is cut into the parts. If it is smaller, then it is used as a replication, that is used in different parts, or that is used in duplication. While doing the cleanup, firstly the brush is deleted, followed by the bitmap. That is, first of all, the brush is deleted by the that is followed by the bitmap, then only the bitmap is deleted. Now next part is code and reuse, that I will cover in the next topic, in the next class. This is the freehand drawing, paint brush style. This is again the function. This is the freehand drawing. Then device context. What is the device context? Then bitmap. This is the bitmap. These are the summaries. So now let's move to the practical approach. That is the practical approach for the today's session. Right. So let's move to the practical approach first of all. In the last class we have discussed about for loop, one example of while loop. Right. Today I'm going to start with the do while loop. That is continuation of the while loop. That is the do while. What is the use of the do while loop? So this is a simple program, that is how to use the do while loop for displaying a message, any message that is a program of the do while loop. For example, my target is to print the lines 5 times using the do while loop. Till now we have covered how to use the while loop for printing multiple lines or single line multiple times, right? That is, a line will be printed, that is the program with 5 times is printed is in 5 times. In the same way, using the do while loop for printing this one. So what is the program? So write a program to print the message using while loop, do while loop, sorry, using do while loop. So this is my program. So I have to give in the comment so that it will not executed by the compiler. First of all, there is a header file, that is stdir.h. .h. Then there is a void main function, the same function. There is a curly braces. Then there is a variable declaration, that is, for example, int I equals to 1. Right. Then clear the screen. Then uses the do while loop. So uses the do. So this is the first part. Then there is a curly braces. Then there is a printf. First of all, printf statement is used for print something, that is the /n, that is printed in the next line. So this is the program of do while loop. Suppose this is my line. Then there is a I++. There is a closing curly braces. Now this is the do statement. Where is the while? While is over here. So this is the syntax. This is the important one. This is the first time I will tell you the do while loop. This is the condition. Remember, after while, in this case, we have to give the semicolon. Then uses the getch for showing the output. Then close this one. If I compile this code, there is a success. If I execute this code, this is a program of do while loop that will be printed 5 times. Why 5 times? Because this is the condition that is used for the 5 times. Now I will explain this code to you. First of all, the 2 header files are used, and first of all, this is an example of the do while loop. That is, a write a program to print the message. With what message? This is a message using the do while loop. So till now we have covered the while loop. What is the syntax of the while loop? That is while, and in bracket there is a condition. Condition means how many times it will iterate, how many times it will repeat. That is a condition that is covered in the while bracket. But in case of do while, first of all do will come and then while will come. So first of all there is a part of the do and then there is a part of the while. But in while there is a while, then condition, then statement. But in do while there is a do, there is a statement, there is a condition. This is the difference between the while and the do while loop. So first of all, the variable is declared as I, that has a value 1, that is of integer type. So I has a value 1, I is of 1, that is of integer type. Then clear the screen, that is done by using the CLR SCR. Then uses the do function, uses the do loop, do while loop. So first of all there is a do, then there is a curly braces, then there is a printf. So this is the printf, that is, this is the program of the do while loop. So this statement will be printed 5 times. How it will print? By using this one. Then the next part is I++, that is, every time it will be incremented by 1. First of all, at the beginning it is initialized with the 1. Then it moves to the, then it goes to the 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. This is the closing of the do. So these are the statements that is covered in the do loop. So do loop is just to store the statements. Then this is the while that is used to denote the condition. What is the condition? I is less than equals to 5. So first of all, it will execute at least one time. This is the main difference. I am repeating again. If question arises, what is the difference between the do while loop and the while loop? The first point is that in while loop, only the statement will execute only and only when the condition is true. I'm repeating again. In while loop, the statement is executed when the condition is true. But in do while, at least one time the statement will execute, then at last we have to check the condition. That means at any point of time, at least once a statement will execute. That is for the first time. That is the first statement. So at least one time it will execute. It will display the message. Then this is the condition that is at the end. I is less than equals to 5. So first of all, it is 1. Condition is true. This will go to this one again. Again 2. Condition is true. 3. Condition is true. 4. Condition is true. 5. Condition is true. So it will repeat for the 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whenever there is a I value as a 6, because it is I plus plus, so I value as a 6. So this is the condition. 6 is less than equals to 5. Condition is false. Then it will terminate. So this will repeat for the 5 times. So if I execute this code, this will show the output for the 5 times. So if I am using, or if I am changing, this program is clear to you all, sir? Hello? Hello? Yeah, this program is clear to you all, sir? Hello? Are you able to hear me all, sir? Olesam, are you able to hear me? Hello? So this program is clear to you, Olesam? What is the problem? Where is the problem basically? Yes, Olesam. Okay, you are not present. You are not present. Okay, just a minute. This is a program. There is a exam. This is an example of the do while loop. So, yeah, what is the difference between while loop and the do while loop? In the while loop, only when the condition is true, then only the statement will execute. That is, first of all, the condition will checked. For example, if I open any program of the while loop, there is a while, there is a while, this is the while loop example. So first of all, the condition will check, then only the statement will execute, right? But in case of do while, first of all, the statement will execute, then only condition is checked. This is the difference. That means at least one time this will execute. If if and only if there is no condition is not checked, condition is not true, nothing cares. But at least one time the statement will execute in this do while loop. Then only at the end this condition is checked. So this is the statement, this is the condition, right? So there is a do, this will execute for the one time, then only condition is checked, and every time it will be incremented by 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. All right. So if I execute this code, output is coming for the 5 times. That is a program of the do while loop, program of the do while loop. This will execute for the 5 times. Why 5 times? Because it is available from 1 to 5. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will cover up for the 5 times. That is, it is executing for the 5 times. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So if I change it to 3, now tell me Olesam, what is the output? If I change it to the 3, this is what I changed. So what is the output? 3 times. So it means that it will execute for the 3 times. There are 3 lines that will be printed, right? So now let's see. This is the 3 line that will be printed. Now if I use 0 over here, now what happens? Three times. Yeah, it is 0 and it is less than equals to 3. That means it will execute for the 4 times, not 3 times. No, no, no. It is now it becomes 0. I have changed to the 0. So if I compile this code, it will execute for the 4 times. Why? Because 0, 1, 2 and 3. And now if I does not give any value to the I, simply declare the variable. That means not initializing any value to the I. So what is the output over here right now? Why 3 times? So it is by default it is taken as a 1. Okay, now let's see. This is only one time. So whenever we yeah, tell me. Because we have I told you in the beginning what I told you. So but whenever we do not declare, whenever we the condition is not true, then only this statement will execute at least one time. That means until and unless we have not checked the condition, that will not execute. That is, we have to check the condition after printing one statement. So this condition is not true, even though this statement will execute. Why? Because this is a do while loop. But if it is a case of while loop, that will not execute, like this one. Just a minute. Where is the do while loop? Yeah, while loop, this one. Now if I change this to this one, right? Now let's see. There is no output. So in case of condition, we have to initialize the variable with the value, right? Now if I compile this code, this will execute. Yeah, in case of while loop or any loop, it first of all the yeah, we have to initialize the value to the variable. In case of any looping, that may be while, that may be do while, that may be for any type. Yeah, because that is a difference in do while. First of all, one statement will execute, then only the condition is checked. So it depends on the condition, because condition is checked at the end, as I told you that it is just a minute. This is a do while. The condition is checked at the end. So first of all, this will print, then only condition is checked. So this will print at least one time, even though condition is wrong, even though condition is correct. Pardon? Yeah. Okay. Okay. For, Forget about the initialization first of all, right? First of all, see the difference between the while and the do while. What is the difference? In case of while, first of all check the condition, then statement will execute, right? In do while, first of all this statement will execute, then only condition is checked. Understand? Now got it? So, where, yeah. So in case of do while, whatever the condition, it may be wrong, it may be correct, it will execute at least one time. All right? Okay. One more thing. What next difference is that in case of while loop, it is known as entry controlled loop. What is known as entry controlled loop? But yeah, why it is known as entry controlled loop? Because at the time of entry, the condition is checked. And on the other hand, do while loop is known as exit control loop. Why? Because in this, condition is checked at the exit point of time. Condition is checked at the ending before exiting the program. When we exit the program, yeah, in the yeah, that's why while is known as entry control loop and do while is known as exit control loop. For loop is nothing. For loop is entry control loop. Yeah, same as. But in exam, in assessment, question generally arises between the difference between the while and the do while loop. All right. So there are two differences. What I told you. Yes. And in while loop, until and unless condition is not true, any statement will not execute. But in do while, at least the statement is executed one time. All right. So this is the program. So we have to initialize this to 1. Then only the output will come. Right. Now, if I give it to 19, so what is the output? This will print for the 19 times. So whatever the condition, it will print for that times only, right? So this is the example of the do while loop. In the same way, if I have to print anything with the use of do while loop, we can print it by using the condition. Now, if I change this program and if I change it to the 7, now tell me, Olesam, what is the output? Yeah, that means the condition is not true. So what is the output? Yes. No. It will print only one time. Whenever the condition is not true, it will print only one time. Why? Because it is only one time execution. After this condition is checked. So this will print only one time, as I told you in the previous example. Yes, 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 yes. Hmm. Yeah, like. Hmm. 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 Yeah, but this will already print. This is already print. So this is not in our hand. So whenever I execute this code, there is only one time it will be printed. So remember, in case of do while, even though the condition is not true, this will print at least one time. Why? The reason is this one. All right. Okay. So tell me if I, yeah, pardon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If I want to display the number from 1 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So how I'll print this one? With the use of do while, I have to print, or I want to print the numbers from 1 to 10. Yeah, 1 to 10 or 1 to 5, any sequence. So first of all, hmm, 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 okay, hmm, hmm. And in case of this one, simply what is a change? In place of this one, the percentage d is used, and then I is used. That's all. Now, in case of 10, this is the condition. If I execute, so this will print it in the 10 times. Uh, yes. N- no, no, no. If the condition is not true, like 11, if I give, okay. Now, what is the output? Only the 11 will print. That is, it will print only one time. This will print only one time. Hmm. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Because whenever we use the variable, this is the variable. Whenever we use some variable with the printf, we have to give the initialization. We have to give the specification. That is percentage %d, percentage %f. Tell me. No, that is a different case. That is only a statement. If you want to give the statement, you can give over here. This is a program. For example, this one you have to give. No issues. This is the program. Then I. This is the I value. This is the percentage D. And then this is the 1. If I execute this code, this will print like this one. Okay. So let's stop over here only. In the next class, we will start with that is in the tomorrow's class, we will start with this with this topic, that is the code and the resources. Okay. So that's all for today's session. Bye bye. Welcome. Bye bye.